Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City, where we want to help you build a Lego city regardless of the space you have. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my thoughts on the Lego Hidden Side Shrimp Shack set 70422. This is part of a larger series called The Hidden Side, where there's an augmented reality feature where you can download an app for that. If you missed my Hidden Side school bus review, do check out the link in the card above or the description below. I'll get to the main build in just a bit and also share my thoughts on how to customize this to fit into a regular Lego city. But first, let's have a look at the minifigs. And you get 5 minifigs with this set. And let's go with the good guys first. And we have 3 of them over here. This is Jack, Parker, and Ronnie. They all come with nice custom prints, and I really do like the prints. This pizza t-shirt or singlet or tank top, that looks really good. And over here we've got a nice hoodie and cap, and we can see the backs. Well, they are printed as well. Generally, I'm very happy with the prints for the torsos for the Hidden Side sets, and I think they'll fit really well into a regular Lego city. They've also got accessories which are custom printed as well. And this is a ghost dog over here named Spencer. I'm not sure if Spencer is supposed to be an evil ghost dog or a good ghost dog, but because he looks cute, I assume he must be good. So these are the good guys. They all come with alternate expressions. So the expressions you see here are the happy faces, but we can actually pull off the top so you can see the back, and they have the frowning, or in this case, this guy looks like he's holding his breath. So different alternate expressions that you can use when posing your minifigs in your Lego city. Now let's have a look at the bad guys over here, and they are typically the workers, as with the other Hidden Side set that I've seen. And here we have diner workers. This is Sally and this is Chef Enzo. Again, I believe these are custom prints, or at least the colors are custom, and I think they work really well as well. And that fits into, I guess, any diner, but it would fit the Shrimp Shack pretty well. Now, there's also an alternate expression for Sally. Let's just pop off her head so that you can have a look. So here she looks like in shock. Maybe this is her expression when she's about to turn into a ghost, or maybe she just needs to go to the toilet. Now, in any case, if you want to transform them into ghosts, you can do so. So you get these pieces over here. For Sally, I'm sure there must be a head, which I have missed out right now, but this goes over here. I'm sure there's supposed to be another transparent or trans green head like that, but it's not right here for this review. We'll just assume that her head is about to change. And for this Chef Enzo, you actually just pull off his head, and then he becomes a double-bodied kind of creature like that. So that looks pretty scary and tall. And those are the minifigs, those are the bad guys. Now let's head on over to the vehicle first before I get into the Shrimp Shack itself. So you get this kind of a buggy which has been transformed to house a very modern weapon. I guess this is some kind of laser or monster zapper of such. And you can see basically there are these decorated stickers to look like panels. And overall, it just looks like a buggy. I'm not too keen about this particular blue. I think it looks a bit like a toy, and this particular blue is prevalent in all the Hidden Side sets. I'm not sure why, maybe just to give it a more colorful look, otherwise everything will look a bit dull. And for kids, I think the brightest colors will appeal to them. But personally, this is exactly what you see it is. I guess there's some play features. You can move the gun, rotate it in a certain way, so that's pretty nice. But in another video, I'm going to see if I can transform this buggy into a more regular looking buggy for a Lego city. So we'll see that when that time comes. Now let's head on over to the Shrimp Shack itself. So this is the main build, and I think the build that would catch most people's eye if they are thinking about a Lego set. Now, if you want any kind of a seafood restaurant or something really casual like this, well, this set is, I think, perfect. The size is right, but really what caught my eye are all the 3D signs, and we get 3 of them in fact. There's this one which says fresh seafood, so that's a sticker with the red crab, but that's really simple but effective. We've of course got the diner sign above, a bit more complicated because it looks like there are lights and there are a lot of decorated elements in terms of stickers such as open 24 hours. And of course we have this really nice shrimp. If you know me, you know I really like brick built 3D signs, and I have to say this is probably the best shrimp sign that I've ever seen, but it's also the only shrimp sign that I've ever seen. But the use of parts is just so creative. These whip parts for the feelers for the shrimp, and then these robot arms in white as kind of the hands or pincers. It's just so creative in my opinion. And of course the flipper parts for the tail. So I really appreciate this, and I think this is almost worth the price of the set. And the build itself, it's pretty nice. It looks exactly what you expect it to be. There's even stairs to go up, and there's a bit of foliage and just a different scenery to create some kind of landscaping around, which I do appreciate. Now everything measures 32 studs across, so it's almost exactly the size of a standard base plate. Now I say almost because this part actually sticks out, so if that's a concern with you, for example, if you want to transform this into kind of a modular style building, you need to shift these parts, and I think it'll be easy enough to move this maybe over here, and this part can be moved somewhere over here as well. So not a big deal if you want to fit this with other modular buildings. Now, like with most of these Lego sets, you do have an open back like this, and in this case we do get the diner itself, and it is pretty well detailed. There's a really nice what looks like to be a coffee machine over here. We've got the stove, an oven, a hot top, just all good. I think this might be a grill of all sorts, or maybe it's just, I'm not sure, counter area, but generally it does look really good. I like the way they've laid it out, and I like all these utensils and cutlery all here, just like a real diner. And of course the black and white is reminiscent of a real diner as well. Overall, I think a great job. Now, if you do want to add this to a Lego city, you would want to close this up, and if you want it modular style, you'd have to find some way to pop off the roof. And I will try to do this in another video, but that means I have to extend this by at least 2 studs. That's what I think, is to go out 2 studs, and then you have to fill up the back and a bit of the sides and the corners and find a way to make the roof modular. So it sounds and looks easy at first glance, but I'm sure it's going to be a bit more difficult simply because of the base plates that you have to extend below over here, but I will give that a shot. And over here you can see the back of the sign. A lot of Technic parts used here to create the sign. And over here we've got a very nice ice machine, and just a bit of an elevated ground over here. Now in terms of eating, I assume that you can actually eat on top over here. If you order from here, get your food and you can climb up the stairs and eat here. Not really any safety features other than from the front, so minifigs could technically just fall off the back and die, especially if they're just standing over here. There aren't any seats as well. But I think the essence of the build and all the different functionality you need for a shrimp shack is here, which is pretty nice. Now this is the hidden side, so there are play features which I think kids will love. I mean, anytime you have play features where things can transform or expand, kids will always love it, and I think as a kid I would have loved it as well. So with the hidden side, all the components or the different builds become some kinds of monsters. So for example, this can open here to reveal, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but you can see these luminous teeth over here. You can expand this out. Maybe that's supposed to be a tongue, but you see more teeth over here. And you notice there's a Technic gear over here. This is pretty nice because you can actually turn it, and now you have a mouth which can chomp open and close, which I think is really cool. So there's a bit of a transforming mode to become a monster. And as a kid, especially if you're going to use the augmented reality feature, I think this would be really cool and offer lots of play value. However, if you're like me, this isn't that important in terms of the play feature. We're concerned more of how to change it or adapt it to a regular Lego city. Personally, I won't change it much in terms of building. I will add it to something, and I did this in my live stream recently, and I showed how you can add it with, say, the old fishing village over here, or old fishing store. I always call it the old fishing village. It's not, but it's just a store. So basically you need to have additional base plates. So you put this on another blue base plate, and I'll add additional plates as well. And you can see how it goes together because of the theme, and also just because of the function, in terms of this is an old fishing store where fishermen catch fish and seafood, so it makes sense to have some kind of a diner that sells the seafood. Now I will be doing another video where I'll be showing how I would do the modifications for the back over here to make it a fuller building, and I'll also add some landscaping details and put everything together as a display, so do look out for that. I hope you enjoyed this review on the Lego Hidden Side Shrimp Shack. Overall, if you're looking to buy this set for its play features or to incorporate it into a Lego city, I think it works both ways. So I personally do highly recommend this set. I think the size is right. I think it's very easy to incorporate into a Lego city, and kids will have great fun with all the various play features. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Check out these two videos before you go.